What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the RAD Cast. I'm Andrew Malanta. My friends call me Rogue Leader.
And I'm Nicki Malanta, and everybody calls me Dimmy.
So serious.
I'm in a weird mood today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Anyways, welcome back to another episode. I'm drinking out of my screen-accurate Mando mug. Coffee.
Drinking sounds right in my ear.
Sorry. I know, I'm sorry. That's one of your pet peeves.
Not adding to my mood.
Sorry. I've been reading through the comments of my last TikTok video. Oh my God.
Help us.
It's like, why don't you delete them if they're so hateful? It's like, one, they bring traffic to the video, first of all. And two, it's like, these people, it's a public forum. It's not a private thing. So I imagine these people will be applying for jobs, or these teenagers that are commenting will be applying for college soon because it's summer. And that's on the internet. So you can't hide that. So if the off chance whoever they're applying to is looking at the socials and stuff, it's like, you have a hateful comment on this one video for Pride Month. I think if I didn't put Pride Month on it, it wouldn't get as much attention.
It would have still had shitty comments.
It probably would, but
maybe not quite as many.
It has like 90 comments. About like 60 of them are like, fuck Pride Month. It's like, okay, dude.
I have so much to say about that. But with the mood I'm in, I'm afraid I won't be able to stop myself. So best not to start, I guess.
Yeah, it's just... And another, like, say if like 50 of those comments are basically just dudes like that, another like 20 of them are just these two people that just keep going back and forth for the past week. They've been like, well, what about this? Blah, 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 fuck pride. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, Jesus, calm down.
What, somebody defending it and somebody...
Yeah, somebody just comments and it's like, oh yeah, man, happy pride. And this other guy's like, I can't believe people do this, blah, blah, blah. And they just keep going back and forth, like trying to one-up each other. And it's like... Cool.
I hate social media so much. I really do. Because it's the kind of thing where it's like, if you don't like it, just fucking scroll past it.
Yeah, and that's my point. Like this one guy just commented and they keep going back and forth. And it's like, why is this even on my algorithm? It's like, you can scroll past it.
The fact that you're interacting with it, it's probably on your algorithm because every time you see it, you comment, you interact with it, and you say something shitty, but the algorithm's like, he's interacting, you must like it.
And of course he's like, I'm not to be rude, I'm not homophobic or anything, blah, 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 blah.
Not to be rude, like I've said before, not to be rude is usually either followed or shortly, they're going to say something shitty. Either shortly before or shortly after they say not to be rude, but yeah, something rude's probably coming.
And they're always like, oh, I don't care about this. It's like, I don't support it, but whatever. It's like, well, if you have no problem with Pride Month and you don't support it, don't comment. Scroll. Yeah, scroll and don't comment. It's like, you obviously care about it and it obviously affects you and you don't like it. That's why you're commenting. If you're not bothered by it and you're like, oh, I still, people can do what they want. I don't support it though, but whatever. Scroll past, don't comment.
Yeah,
you obviously have something against it because you're commenting on it. Because if you didn't have a thought on it, you just scroll past it. Because like I said, my algorithm on TikTok is starting to lean towards flat earthers for some reason, and it's like, I know
it's kind of weird.
I know the world is round.
Do you?
Well, what about this? It's like because of scientific evidence for the past how many decades, hundreds of years, we've known the earth is round. For some reason, you believe it's flat. I don't. I'm not going to try to disprove you. So I'm going to scroll past it and not comment on it and just laugh at you from behind my little screen. Like, yeah, you think the world's flat. Okay.
If I was a flat earther, I'd be saving up all my earnings to take one gigantic journey to the end of the earth so that I could take a picture of the edge.
Well, the edge is surrounded by ice, so you can't really look over the edge. You got to travel over a wall of ice.
Like Game of Thrones?
Yeah. There's a wall of ice.
Show me a picture of that wall of ice. I'd be saving up my life savings. I would be taking a journey to the north. What was it called?
Oh, the wall.
They just called it the wall.
The wall of the north or whatever.
I would be traveling out to that ice wall and taken pictures of it. I'd actually post on Instagram if I got a picture of the end of the world ice wall, edge of the world ice wall. It's just, it's wild that nobody's shared a picture of it.
Yeah, it's like I went down this rabbit hole one day, and it's like they believe the world is flat, surrounded by ice, and space and planets are fake.
Oh.
So it's like it's.
What about the planet that we're on? Oh, this is the only planet to exist.
Planets don't exist.
What are we on then? Or is this the only planet to exist?
It's a disk. That's, I don't know. I don't know. This is the stuff that they believe. It's like, what?
I fucking hate people. Most people in the world I don't like.
It's like this giant conspiracy. Everybody, they don't want you to know. It's like, all right, so let's say the world is flat, and they've been hiding this information from us for decades and hundreds of years.
What do they gain from hiding it?
Yeah. If the information comes out tomorrow that the world's flat.
Yep, got us.
How does that change anything?
Is it going to change?
It doesn't change anything.
And what's the big gotcha moment? Like, oh shit, they found out the Earth's flat. Now what?
I think they're saying it's like, see, I told you they're hiding from what else are they hiding from us? Like,
they're hiding tons of shit from us.
Yeah.
Like that's not a secret.
There's a lot of stuff that the government hides from us.
Yes.
The world being flat isn't one of it. One of them.
There's tons of shit that we don't know about.
If they're hiding that big of an information from us, that means everybody's in on it. Scientists, government officials, NASA, billionaires that are spending money sending rockets to space. Everybody's got to be in on it.
Wow.
So like what? You join this, you join the government and you join NASA, or you become a billionaire that sends rockets up into space, and it's like, hey, bro, here's the secret. You think nobody's like slipped up by then? That's the one like conspiracy theory part of the like cult following. It's a cult following that I don't get. Like
flat Earth.
Like what?
What's the point?
We have hundreds of years of evidence to disprove everything, and you have nothing to disprove that the world isn't round.
And why haven't they all banded together and traveled to the wall?
I don't know. Pull your life savings together, your retirement funds, your like cash out on your insurance and your equity on your house. Travel to the edge of the earth.
You want to know what one of my favorite things is, and by favorite I mean something I fucking hate, is people like this. Mm-hmm. I don't want to give any other examples of people like this because I don't want to hit too close to home in case anybody's watching.
Oops.
That's like this. I don't know who's out there, but like the people that are like, I do my research. It's like, first of all,
okay,
Google.
Yeah.
Nice. But like, I do my research, blah, blah, blah. The research is out there, blah, blah, blah. And they'll talk about whatever topic they're talking about. I've done my research, blah, 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 blah. I wake up, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody goes, well, can you maybe cite something for me? Can you give me a citation? And they're like, I don't know. Just find it yourself. It's like, bro, I thought you did your research. You should be having receipts left and right so you can shut me up.
Yeah.
But as soon as somebody's like, give me a citation, give me a reference, give me some sort of a credible source, and they're like, I don't know, look it up, do your own research. It's like, if you've already done it,
show
prove
me
me wrong.
Yeah, show me your evidence.
Show me up if I'm that big of a dummy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Now no one's going to be able to see us.
Oh, no. I was wondering. Yeah, see, I was like, why is it
Christmas.
so dark in here?
Oh.
Jeez. Anyways. But yeah, that's like the one, like, there are a whole bunch of other like cult following like cult, like conspiracy theories out there. That the one that I don't ever get is flat Earth. It's like, we have all this evidence, gravity, time zones.
Time zones are a fucking scam.
I can literally call up a friend.
Actually, no. I don't mean time zones. Sorry. Time zones make sense because,
the world is round.
The sun and whatever. Yeah. But like, I think what you just triggered me with is daylight savings.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fucking scam.
That's a fucking scam. Yeah. Especially nowadays.
So dumb. Hate it.
It's like, why do we even need to do this anymore?
Twice a year. Yeah. Not a big deal, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah. We just need to do the next one, which is fallback, which I think that time.
I like that one better.
I like that one better than springing forward.
I've been on this planet for almost 35 years and I still don't remember like which one makes it dark earlier. I don't remember.
I think it's fallback makes it darker earlier.
I mean, if I thought about it, if I really applied myself, I could think about it.
Yeah. And it's just weird because we put our daughter to bed and like, we've been starting to, leave the room earlier so she knows we're not there. Blah, 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 blah. And I leave the room. It's like, it's still light outside.
I'm like, yeah, talk to scientists. I don't know what to tell you. I don't want it to be light outside right now either.
She's in bed. It should be dark. And of course, in the next 20 minutes, the sun sets. But it's like, why do we do this?
She did that to me last night too. She's like, there's light coming through. And I'm like, I know, these goddamn curtains are supposed to be blackout. They're not. I can clearly see light. I mean, no, you can see light coming through.
But it's the middle of the day.
Blackout curtains should be blackout curtains. If I have blackout curtains up, it should make, in the middle of the fucking afternoon look like the dead of night. That's what a blackout curtain is supposed to do. Black out. Unbelievable. Yet another scam and conspiracy theory that
the world
blackout
is
curtains
flat.
exist.
Blackout curtains don't work.
Blackout curtains don't keep light out of my room. It is just so I have lost all faith in everything.
God. Yeah, that's another thing about like you said, like cite your facts and whatever. There's this one video I came across. This guy, it's like, oh, there's a fake moon, whatever, and he's like citing all of these articles.
Like the moon is fake, or there's another moon.
There's another moon that's fake, and
what are we on Tatooine, motherfucker?
No, but it was one of those where this guy is responding to this stupid video, and he's like, it's not a fake moon, it's just an asteroid. It's an asteroid that's as big as like a bus that orbits the sun. It just happens to be orbiting. Its orbit right now takes it closer to Earth, and it's been following the Earth. And the guy keeps going like, look at this article, and it's like, read the article. You're just reading the headline, and he goes into the article and cites and disproves what the guy just said. It's like, again, read the article. So
no,
it's like,
he clearly did his research.
Yeah, he clearly did his research. He read two lines from the headline.
Mm-hmm. That's research, baby.
That's the one thing I can't stand. It's like, read the article. That's why I try not to fall prey to that, because Google likes to send me, it's like, hey, Disney's doing this thing. I'm like, wait, what? They're thinking of moving to Las Vegas? What?
Well, everything's clickbait like headlines.
And they got me, but I was like, I want to make sure I'm reading this right. So I read the rest of the article. It's like, they're thinking of opening another something in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's like, they're not moving to Las Vegas. I mean, they technically are, but.
Yeah, my phone always shows me like random news headlines that are loosely tailored to my interests. It seems to have a loose algorithm. Every once in a while, it's like, that's something I'm interested in. Other times I'm like, what? But 95% of them are clickbait titles. And I'm like,
they're thinking of killing off Rey in The Rise of Skywalker.
And then you click open the article and it's like, not really.
You watch the movie, they almost killed off Rey and Ben Solo, but it's like, yeah, that's the movie.
It's so obnoxious. Yeah. All the clickbait articles. But yeah, do your research, everybody, on Google and Wikipedia, where people can change the themselves. Drives me nuts.
Oh, man. Did you hear about that one thing? Speaking of citing your things, of a lawyer. Yeah, this is one we're talking about next. A lawyer like used chatbot, whatever it is.
GPT.
Yeah, GPT to make his closing. It's
AI.
It's an AI to generate
text-based
things.
AI.
Text-based AI, and he used it to cite and prove his case. And he's like, "Hey, can you break?" He said something about like, "Hey, can you give me cites of
popular?"
Oh, I got a meeting in 10 minutes.
Oh shit!
Forgot about that. But he says, "Yeah, can you give me like cases to help prove my case?" And it's like, "Yeah, here you go, bro." Turns out those are all made up cases by the chatbot.
It's almost as if the internet isn't really a great source for most things.
It's like, what are you doing? And he ended up getting his case thrown out, and because he wasn't smart. It's like, whoa, dude.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Like, it's cool that we live in such an advanced technological age where like you can almost literally just think things and they happen. Like, we're almost at that point, it seems. But it also makes people dumb. Having things so readily at your fingertips.
Yeah.
It shows how brilliant people can be, but it also makes people even dumber than we thought possible. Case in point.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer. I passed the bar exam.
You should be able to do your own research.
You should be able to do your own research. But that guy was one of those
You're just
like,
lazy.
I don't know, just fucking find it yourself. One of those kind of guys. Yeah. Hey, ChatGPT, can you fucking win this case for
You're
me?
a lawyer. Do your job.
God.
Finding other cases to help prove your case is your job.
Oh. AI is that should be another thing that we talk about. AI is actually quite terrifying.
Yeah. And what kills me is that like he's like, it wasn't the fact of like just chatbot like spat all this information at him and he's like, word. He didn't go.
He just took it at face value.
Word, and he's like, okay, so I never heard that case before. Let me look it up. I never heard of that case before. Let me look it up. 2 seconds would have told him like, yeah, these are made up cases.
My God, but he was.
It could have just taken 2
seconds. Hell yeah, I'm winning this case.
Hell yeah, I got me all these cases. It spat out like 10 cases. I'm good, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
What if that person's still practicing law?
Probably not. I think he got into a whole bunch of trouble.
I'd like to hope so. My God.
Yeah. I don't know if you got a slap on the wrist or like, hey, we're thinking about taking your license away type of deal.
I'd like to think his license, but that would be like, I'm under anesthesia on an operating table, body cut wide open, and the doctor's like, "Hey, Google, how do I do this shit?"
Chatbot, I need to know how to take an appendix.
How do I suture?
Word, there you go.
No.
No. I think he got into
a
whole bunch of trouble.
If you could just be like, "Hey, ChatGPT, win this case for me," anybody could be a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be professional for a reason. Nobody, not just anybody, should be able to do that kind of a job.
Yeah.
There's certain jobs that not everybody should be able to do walking in the door, or they shouldn't be able to ask Jeeves how to fucking do it and be able to do it.
Ask Jeeves. Oh my God, is that still a thing?
Probably not.
I don't know.
Maybe Jeeves. Maybe they upgraded Jeeves, and that's what the AI is now. They should just rename him. Why it got to be a man's name? Why a man got to tell me how to do things?
Yeah. Maybe that's why they didn't name him, and they just named it Chatbot.
Name him a gender neutral name so I can feel comfortable.
ChatGPT.
Gene.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was cleaning up this room because it was bad. It was very bad. It still,
you say was like past
it still
tense.
is. It still is, but it's more organized now. There's things are in places. It may not look like it.
I want to unleash myself in this room and throw things away. I love throwing things away.
I threw a couple things away. Like that corner is a little bit more clean. Yeah. But anyways, I was cleaning up and I found this list that you made of like, oh yeah, rad things. But they had this would you rather. So I'm like, oh, that could be fun. So let's just go through it really quick. Like, so the first one, would you rather have telekinesis or telepathy?
Telekinesis is moving things with my mind, right?
Yeah, and telepathy is speaking to minds, I believe. Telepathy is that
speaking or reading minds?
Reading minds. No, because I think telepathy you can read thoughts and.
I don't think I want to hear what's in people's heads.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to like just like stare at each other and be able to talk to each other. Like
if I could turn it on and off, but even then, I don't think I want, because do you know how heartbreaking it would be to be talking to one of your friends and hear their thought, be like, God, this bitch is so dumb.
Yeah, yeah, that would suck.
That would suck. At least hide it from me and pretend you like me.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, I don't think I don't think I'd want to hear.
Yeah.
Especially as a woman, I don't think I'd want to hear some thoughts.
Yeah. Oh my God, man, bro, I won't get in that. Well, I was like, Jesus.
Or just like, damn, that bitch gross. And like, I don't think I want to hear.
Yeah, it could be very damaging.
Shit, very damaging for everybody, really. Mm-hmm. It could be fun in certain situations, a fun party trick, if you will.
Yeah.
But I think out of those two choices, I'd rather be able to move things. That's an even cooler party trick. Hey, baby, you want a beer? Zing. It's basically the Force.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. Well, both are technically the Force, but that one is more visible. Yeah. Okay, so would you rather team up with Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel?
I wrote that?
Yeah. These are all your topics.
Wow.
So Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel?
Confession time. Haven't seen either movie.
I haven't seen.
So I really am not familiar with their powers. Mm-hmm. I know that Wonder Woman has a lasso that makes you tell the truth. Mm-hmm. She has bracelets that can block bullets.
Mm-hmm. Super strong.
She's very strong. Okay, she can fly. Mm-hmm. Hair perfectly done all the time, even in the midst of battle. Mm-hmm. That's it. Captain Marvel, very strong. Mm-hmm. Alien.
Mm-hmm. No, she's human.
Oh, she spends a lot of time in space.
Yeah, because she got abducted or something and taken away from Earth.
News to me. Super strong. Yes. Anything else?
She has like energy. She can fly. She can shoot energy out of her hands, and yeah, there's more to her powers. I saw the movie once, so
it seems as though
she's
Wonder
basically
Woman
like Goku
is winning this battle.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, who would win in the fight?
Oh my God, I don't want to get into that argument.
I mean, just listing those things off.
I mean,
it seems like Wonder Woman has a couple more things up her sleeve.
Yeah, I'm partial to Wonder Woman.
I'm talking out of my ass.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. familiar with the character of Captain Marvel in either the movies or the comic books. I know a lot more about Wonder Woman. I've read more Wonder Woman comics. I'm more familiar with the character. So my brain immediately goes to Wonder Woman. So.
And based on what I've seen of Captain Marvel in like Endgame or whatever, she seems very
snippy.
too cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm too cool for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think she'd like me. So I feel like it would be a popular girl in high school kind of situation.
Yeah, Diana seems very like caring and open.
Yeah. So I guess for that angle, I think I'll go with Wonder Woman.
Okay, there's a couple more. Would you rather team up with Iron Man or Captain America? I'm biased because Cap is my favorite.
Ooh.
Obviously.
Oh, man. That's a good
Tony's
one.
got a shit ton of money.
Tony.
He can give you an Iron Man suit.
He can make me my own Iron Man suit. Sugar daddy to the max. You feel me? But Steve Rogers is like, he'll pull your chair out for you and call you ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I don't want to be called ma'am, but I mean, he seems like a good old fashioned gentleman.
Good old American
which
boy.
is cool. And he's also super strong. And a heart of gold. Tony Stark, been through some shit. A lot of shit. Almost died many times. I mean, they both have almost died.
I mean, they've both been through a lot.
They've both been through a lot. Tony, though, had huge character development.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think one out of all the MCU, just strictly the MCU, he said like one of the best character arcs. Thor, for that matter, too. Thor is like, whew, Jesus.
We're not talking about Thor.
Anyways.
But like Steve Rogers, he has been a good boy from the beginning, good boy now. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I guess in terms of sheer like abilities.
Again, it's like, who would you rather, like, team up, I think.
Captain America would fucking die for you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Tony, I feel like you'd have to earn that.
Yeah, I
allegiance.
think you'd get a lot more. I think Cap would do more for you. Tony would just like, here's a suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Cap would sacrifice more for you, but Tony would give you more. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like if you were Peter in the situation, he give you your own suit and show you the ropes. Cap would just like, all right, keep up.
Yeah.
Do most of it for you.
I feel like I say Captain America. It's a very hard decision.
It is a hard decision. It depends on what situation you're in.
And it's not like it's close.
Yeah.
And you could probably ask me tomorrow and I'd be like, Tony.
Yeah.
Right now?
It's like, how am I feeling? Right now, I'm biased because I love Captain America. He's my favorite Avenger. But yeah, and I want that shield. The shield, like if you can have any weapon in the MCU, give me that Cap shield all day long. I said it. Iron Man suit, whatever. I want to be able to throw a metal frisbee and have it magically come back to me.
CGI.
Okay, so speaking of Thor, would you rather team up with Thor or Loki?
Oh.
Yeah.
I wrote these.
Yeah, you wrote these. You're looking to have a good time or you're looking to cause some shit?
We're looking to have a good time. Cause what?
Cause some shit. It's like, because he's a trickster, Loki.
He is.
He likes to cause shit, cause some trouble.
What is he, the god of mischief?
Yes, god of mischief.
Okay, here's the thing. You know how Loki can like shapeshift and teleport and whatever? Can he make somebody else do that?
Yeah. He's a wizard? No, sorcerer.
So if I want to teleport, he can be like zap and make me teleport?
Yeah, Thor would do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Loki would, not that he would
like,
help
keep
you.
up, bitch.
Yeah. I think in this case, because it's not like hang out, it's team up. So like you're going into battle, who would you like to team up with? Again, I think Thor would do a lot of the heavy lifting for you and like just go off and do his own thing. I think Loki would try to be more of a team player. The newest iteration of Loki, not like villain Loki.
I've learned a lot about myself, Loki. Also, I'm not crazy about where they like left Thor in Endgame.
Endgame?
Not Endgame.
Ragnarok? Or which one?
I don't know. The one where they just like have him let himself go. And he was
that was
like,
Endgame.
What was he like in Wait, what?
Endgame. He was Fat Thor.
Don't say Fat Thor. That's body shaming. He just kind of let himself go.
Dad bod Thor.
Dad bod Thor. I feel like he was. They really.
But we haven't seen Love and Thunder yet. So,
I've barely even seen Ragnarok.
yeah.
God help me. There are so many movies I haven't seen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Thor. Super strong. Mjolnir.
Yeah. Thunder and lightning.
He could summon thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
It's cool. What does that do for
Well,
me,
he has
though?
Stormbreaker now. So.
Potato. Loki. Magic.
Yeah, just magic. Can basically do as
He can...
you can disguise himself. He can disguise you. You can make you invisible.
If he turned himself into Thor, if he turns himself into somebody else, does he assume their power?
He does not assume their powers. It's appearance.
Shit. Well, that's lame.
He's a trickster.
If he assumed their power, done. But
I think you can get more creative.
Is that you?
That's me. You can get more creative with Loki. I think with Thor, it's just like, we're going to knock down the front door. Let's go.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Loki is a bit more like, hey, let's think about this a little bit more. Be
Which
a little
is
more
more
creative.
my style.
Yeah.
I'm not the type to just run into a door
Yeah.
and bust it open. Maybe sometimes.
Maybe sometimes, yeah.
Maybe sometimes, but not most of the time.
Yeah. Loki be more strategic. Thor is just like, let's go. Bam.
I'm more strategic. So I guess
Yeah.
and today I'll say Loki
Yeah.
based on that.
So don't have to team up. So now it's so would you rather have everyone be able to read your thoughts or see your internet history?
Internet history.
Yeah, internet history.
Definitely. For the same reason that I don't want to read other people's minds. I don't want them to see what I'm thinking either.
No, that was an easy one. Like, I don't think we really need to explain that.
I don't look at that much weird shit. Some weird shit, but I don't care if you see it.
I mean, other than like, what, porn? Yeah, sure. Everybody watches porn.
Come on, man.
Come on. If you
Everybody looks at weird shit from time to time. It's just a matter of whether or not you care.
Yeah. It's just a matter of like how weird is your porn gets. Like, I'm very whatever. Internet history. I don't want anybody thinking
100%
reading my
internet
thoughts.
history.
That's
I know there's some people that are like, oh, if I die, make sure the first thing you do is clear my internet history. What the fuck are you looking at, bro?
Yeah.
Like, at least own it.
Yeah.
You like looking at feet? Who cares? What kind?
This one I thought was really interesting. So, would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or be the lead in a box office bomb? So, you're an extra in an Oscar.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're in a thing that bombs, then people are just gonna fucking make fun of you. They can give you a Razzie or whatever, and then you're gonna be like, no one's gonna take you seriously. You run the risk of no one taking you seriously.
But you're not going to be taken seriously either way because you're an extra in an Oscar.
Well, maybe one day somebody recognizes your fucking potential as an extra. I feel like if nobody knows your name because you're an extra, it's not like you're getting a fucking Oscar. But it's cool to say, hey, I was in whatever movie has gotten an Oscar. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. What a fun piece of trivia. And then maybe one day you hit your big break. But if you're the lead in a box office bomb, people are going to know your name.
Yeah.
They're going to know that you're in a shit-ass movie like Gigli.
But here's the thing. This is where my thought process goes. You might not be the thing that causes the movie to bomb.
You're still associated with it, though. People don't use that much logic nowadays. They're just going to be like, wow, that movie was shit, and that person was in it.
You had a lead. Just being a lead in anything is good. I'd rather be a lead in a box office bomb because a movie can bomb for so many reasons. And like, if I don't know. I'm just saying like you're going to say, hey, at least I wasn't the thing that caused it to bomb. Like I did my job.
Okay, wait. I'm going to cite a movie that is in no way considered a bomb. But people weren't happy with the person and it therefore ruined their career. Jake Lloyd in The Phantom Menace. Not that movie was a bomb because it wasn't, but a poor performance, even though I don't think it was a poor performance. Kid actors usually suck.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Even Hayden Christensen felt negative repercussions from his involvement in those movies. Not that they were bombs because they weren't, but it affected their careers.
Yeah, but this is where I'm going to kind of flip that on you. While
I really don't know what I'm talking about.
At the time, prequels, or even now, prequels not the best, right? People didn't like them, blah, blah, blah,
They
blah,
didn't
blah.
bomb by any
But the
means, I
one
don't
thing everybody agreed on, Ewan McGregor was not bad in those movies.
Yeah, and Ewan McGregor's...
He was the lead.
And Ewan McGregor's career has flourished. Jake Lloyd's hasn't.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen,
That's what I'm saying.
He was in like I don't know, like Looper, right? Jumper.
Looper is the time travel one.
I thought that they were both him.
No.
But like, not to shit on Hayden Christensen at all because I love him. But I feel like he had a bit of a mark on his career.
Yeah.
Because people saw this movie that they had a negative opinion on. Yeah, it worked out for Ewan McGregor, but I'm just saying it's not a guarantee, but it is a possibility that if you're in a movie that people have a negative opinion on, that you will forever be associated with that.
I'm just but I'm just saying any exposure is good exposure. I'd rather be known as a lead actor rather than an extra. So,
sure.
And like you put on saying, hey, I had a lead role in this movie.
It depends. It depends on the movie and why it bombed. Was it me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It depends.
Movie can bomb for so many reasons, and your performance could be part of it, or it could be just bad marketing. There's bad press around it, blah 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 blah. But you probably could have killed it in that role. So I'd rather have, if I was going to get exposure as an actor, I'd rather have an exposure as a lead actor than an extra. Because then you can say, hey, I was able to handle a lead role.
Sure.
So that's just my theory. I see what you're getting. It's like, oh man, I was in what's the last one to win best? I was in everything everywhere all at once, and it can be a fun like, hey, there I am. So I get it, but I'd rather have exposure as a lead. I'm
also not somebody who seeks out lead positions. So
people don't listen. Lazy ass fucks. Anyways, all right. So the last one is where is it? Would you rather have a fast forward or rewind button for life?
Rewind.
I'm very impatient.
I worry a lot about things that have already happened, and if I could go back and
redo them.
And also, life is short. You don't necessarily want to skip any of it, but I might want to redo some of it.
Yeah, because if you fast forward, you can't necessarily rewind back.
And you're just wasting some of your experiences.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unless you want to fast forward, like, God damn, this doctor's taking forever to bring me back. Fast forward 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a rewind button.
Yeah, that's true.
So that if I like said something that I didn't really mean, I could be like, fuck, go back. And then I didn't mean it, baby.
But then you're opening up a bunch of nasty timelines.
This isn't
branch timelines, multiverse.
This isn't fucking Marvel. This isn't Back to the Future, fractured timelines, Loki fucking TV show having ass. If I went back in time and just undid something that I did that was embarrassing, then I would just not have to have that memory anymore. Or I'd be the only person with that memory. Nobody else would.
Would you like use it to your advantage and win the lottery every fucking time?
I didn't even think about that, but yes.
How does she keep doing it?
How does she do it? Yeah, I'd have a lucrative career as a psychic.
As a lottery. Oh yeah, you can do that too.
Like, how does she fucking know? She's spot on every time. Yeah.
What does your hand keep going underneath the table?
What do I have? Like a
I imagine it's a physical button that you would press.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's not like you can go like, nyeh. It's a physical button that you have to like, hey.
Yeah, imagine if the only way you could do it is by making some grand gesture. Like some huge like
fusion dance.
Yeah. And that's the only way you can rewind.
Oh my God. That would nobody would see you do it.
Well, they wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
It would, like a Men in Black flashing light thing. Yeah, no, absolutely. 100% I'd rather have a rewind.
Yeah, if it was a rewind button, I'd use that so many times.
So many times, even in the past couple of years, there are a lot of things I'd rewind.
Would you do it to change big moments in history? Like, would you just stop the Kennedy assassination?
It'd be pretty cool to erase some shit from history. Yeah.
Leave them there.
Don't hit that iceberg. Yeah. Maybe steer to the left a little, bro.
Hey, that guy with the mustache, he's actually really bad.
But see, here's the thing. If you have a rewind button and you go back in time.
Oh, that's right.
How do you get fucking back?
You can't fast forward. That's a great point.
So that's why it's like, I said something kind of stupid. Go back a couple minutes. You know?
That's a great point. Yeah, you can fast forward, but you can't rewind. You can't go back and you can't go in the future and then rewind yourself and
you're
the lottery number's this. Yeah, you're stuck. You got to live that.
You go right back to that point.
That is a great point.
In real time.
That is a great point.
So go back in time. Probably won't be able to undo shitty parts of world history because then I'll be stuck there.
Yeah.
But at least I can not say dumb shit to people.
You can tell people how you really feel and just rewind past.
Oh, that would be so cathartic. Oh my God. Oh, there's a lot of things that I want to say to a lot of people right now. So yes.
But here's the thing. When you rewind it, do you lose that memory of how things went down, or do you still have that memory?
That's a great question too. I mean, it's never going to happen, so the rules are ours to make. You know?
I imagine you would know, right?
I imagine you alone would know.
Mm-hmm. You know.
Because it's your consciousness.
Yeah, and you know the outcome of different. Yeah.
Yeah. Like some, yeah.
Yeah, this is why time travel is what the fuck? Like, it's yeah. If you could time travel. So that's why people were like, oh, you travel to the future, and you wouldn't be, if say you travel 2 months into the future, and it's like, oh, you can bump into your future self. No, you can't, because you travel to the future, you're gone for those 2 months. So you don't exist for those 2 months, and you pop up 2 months later, but it's only been 2 seconds for you.
What?
So, yeah, that's what it's saying. Like Back to the Future, the way Back to the Future handles time travel doesn't make sense at all. They travel into the future to meet their future selves, right? So say this is time. Time moves in a linear fashion. So you jump into the future 2 years later. You can't bump into your future self.
Wait, start over. I blacked out for a second.
Okay, so this is time, right? You leave time. This is 2 years into the future.
Okay.
You leave now to travel 2 years into the future. You can't bump into your future self
because you haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, because you left and you're gone from time. You can't bump into your future self because you don't exist in that whole 2 years until you basically skipped 2 years and you weren't there for those 2 years.
It's like you just plucked yourself out of existence. Mm-hmm. So if you are out of existence, there's no way you can be in the future as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you just pop right back in.
Until you meet that point in time and you basically skip those years.
Well, and also an alternate way to describe it, I think, would be, if this is me now and this is me in the future, how can I, if the future hasn't happened yet, how is me there?
Yeah, exactly. How is me there? Title of this episode. How is me there? That's good.
It makes sense though.
Yeah, it does.
I wouldn't be there because the future hasn't happened.
Yeah, and people will argue, oh no, you are going to go back to say oh, but if you guarantee you're coming back to this point, then you will live out your life and then you'll be able to bump in your future. That's not how time works. Time is
a construct.
Yeah, it is or it isn't. It has happened or it hasn't happened. If you go into the future, and that's why it's hard to explain. You can't. That's why I think the best movie that in my case, 2 movies that I think have dealt with time travel the best and I've understood the best is Endgame and Arrival. Where you experience, how that movie was. I loved Arrival. I
liked it.
Oh, I loved Arrival. I love how they explained they hid obvious things from you, but you don't get it until you get to the end of the film.
You remember the plot of that movie?
Oh yeah, I loved that movie. That's my favorite movie of that year.
The aliens spoke in circles. That's the only thing I remember.
They experienced time all at once, and that's why they spoke in circles, because it was representative of how they perceive time. They perceive time all at once. And so it's a circular thing. So then in those aliens worlds, you could go meet yourself because you are in the future also at the same time that you're in the present. So in the world of those aliens, you could meet your future self because everything is existing all at the same time. It's not that they're in that point in time. They perceive it. It's not like there's multiple ones of them. There's one you, but you perceive everything all at once. That doesn't make sense. And it's a stupid loop. Brain. So I'll put it on a loop. I still don't remember. I don't remember how that movie goes. I have to rewatch the movie, but the moment that Amy Adams is able to do this thing is because she can speak their language. Once you learn to speak the alien language fluently, then you perceive time like they do. And the moment she's able to do that, she makes this big thing that saves everybody and stuff. Who's the guy in that movie? It was Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner. I loved it. That was such a great movie.
I remember enjoying it, but
Yeah.
I definitely don't remember that much about it. I just remember that they talked in circles that looked like squid ink.
Yeah.
And they were behind some kind of a wall. And then when they wanted to talk to the aliens, they put on spacesuits.
Which they didn't need.
Well, if they're behind a partition.
Because of human nature. But then also Endgame, how they say like, because time can only move in one direction. So like if you go back in time, you can't change your own future, because if you travel to the past, it becomes your future, and you can't change your past by changing your future. It's like time can only move in one direction, right?
Sure.
So if you turn around, you can't see the past because time is just going to move with you.
So this is my future no matter what direction I'm facing.
Exactly. So if you try to turn around and look at your past, you're just looking at your future.
So is that why it's called Back to the Future? Because it does not make sense to talk about going back to the future.
That's what I'm saying. Back to the Future is like the most inaccurate and most fucked up
Maybe
way
it's
to think
called
about
Back to
time
the
travel.
Future because they're pointing at
No,
the future.
it's called Back to the Future. It's called Back to the Future because Marty McFly gets stuck in the past and they had to send him back to the future. That's why it's called Back to the Future.
Oh, you see, I'm sure I've seen that movie.
I have it right there.
You have a lot of movies right there. Doesn't mean I've seen them
Back
or
to the
remember
Future.
them.
When people talk about best trilogies of all time, of all time, Back to the Future is not talked about.
I don't think I've seen. I'm relatively certain that I've seen the first Back to the Future,
Mm-hmm.
but I do not believe I've seen any other one. I know that at one point they're in the Wild West.
That's the third one.
Okay,
Yeah, it's very like
that's usually what happens in the third installment in a trilogy. Is
They
they
either
either go to the Wild West or they go to Japan. That's like always the way it happens.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they go. The second one, I don't know. Biff is like Buzz Biff.
Biff is
He's
able
like-
to make an empire by stealing a book from the future and betting on games and making a fortune from them. And
Racketeering. That's
Yeah.
not what racketeering is.
I don't know what that is,
know.
but yeah, he's able to make a bunch of money by betting on games. He already knows the outcomes too.
What a dick! I'd never do
Yeah,
that.
and he creates a nasty alternate timeline. They have to go back to the past to fix it and whatever.
and then Back to the Future.
And then Marty gets stuck in the past again and has to go back. And then he has to
But
go
it's
further.
really not the future. He's getting back to his present.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Right?
Back to the Future's
But it's
perception of time
future
travel is
from
fucked
where
up.
they are in the past.
Yes.
I'm making sense. I know I am.
Yes.
I know that what I'm saying makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
They went to the past. They want to get back to the future, which is not really the future. It's the present, but because they're in the past from their point of view, it is the
Is the
future.
future. Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But I like the way Endgame explained it, is that like you can't
can't just
do
go
it.
around fucking things up in the past.
Yeah, because
It's
you're
gonna
you're
affect
not.
the future.
It's not whatever you do when you do travel to the past. You're not correcting your own present.
Didn't they address this in the Loki TV show?
Yeah, because it creates a branch timeline. All you're doing is creating an alternate reality.
That sounds like alternate me's problem.
Yeah.
As long as me is okay, alternate me can do whatever she's got to do. As long as this one right here is doing
Well,
okay.
if you tries to fix it, you're not fixing anything for yourself. You're fixing it for your other self. So say like something bad happens to you, and you're like, I want to fix this, and you go back to the past, and like you prevent it from happening. You come back to the present. It's still
Fucked.
still fucked. You're just fixing it for the alternate you.
Maybe I'll just stay in that universe where it's okay. Oh, but then the other me is there.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah, you can kill the other you and live in that universe. That's the only way that it could happen. But then, who knows what happens then? I don't know. What happens when you kill an alternate you and live in that universe?
I guess I just fucking flourish. I just live the
That
dream
actually
in my
has
fixed reality.
That concept actually comes up in what was that show I was watching? Man in the High Castle. That has to deal with alternate universes.
Was
and
that-
shit. That's when
that's a TV show?
It's a TV show. It was a show about if the Allied nations lost World War II in Japan and Nazi Germany.
Like,
ended
what
up-
if Superman was a Nazi?
Exactly, yeah. So it's like, what if Nazi Germany and Japan won the war, and like they split America in half. So everything west of the Rocky Mountains is Japan owned. There's a neutral zone in the Rockies, and then everything east of the Rockies is owned by Nazi Germany.
Wow.
And it opens this whole thing of like people find out these like film tapes that are from another universe, where this universe where we did win the war, and they're like, oh my god, this is what could happen. And it's a really good show. I don't particularly like how it ended, but it was really really cool. Time travel.
I believe you.
alternate realities, which I actually do believe exist. But that's another talk for another time.
Not on my flat Earth.
Bring it back.
Bringing it back in a circle, just like our planet is.
It's a sphere. Yeah, it's a circle.
It's a disc, like a CD-ROM.
No.
Remember those?
How crap? Like if a flat earther ever like asks like, how do you prove the
Come at me, bro.
Prove the Earth is round? It's like, all right, two things.
Let's travel to the end then.
Sorry.
Oh, Jiminy Crickets.
What I would do is grab something and go. Gravity. That's proof one. Two is time zones. Call your friend in Japan, and hop on this.
Japan.
In Japan right now. Ask him what time it is. Is the sun up?
Well, that's just because they're on the other side of the disc. And the sun's not there.
No. Have you ever?
The sun's up here on top of the
Have
disc.
you ever seen how a flat earther thinks the sun works?
No.
They think it's like a spotlight and it like shifts.
Hell yeah.
It's like, that's.
Hell yeah. Jesus is just up there like, it's day for you. Now you. No, I was not aware of that.
It's so wild. Like, this is like they. And like I said, like everything that they think is how it happens, there's a million other like million other things that you can disprove that. And they're like, nope, this is how it works. It's like, no, that's not how it works. I don't know. Anyways, I think we'll go ahead.
Well, clearly you think there's some merit to it in the fact that your algorithm is showing it to you.
I just find it fascinating that people actually believe the world is flat, and like we have people tell them it's like, no, this is because of X, Y, and Z.
And those people have children and procreate
Mm-hmm.
and populate the earth with more people like them. Do your research,
I actually watched a flat Earth. Like one of the biggest flat Earth believers was in front of him disproved. He did an experiment and then another person that knows the world is round did another experiment to disprove his experiment, and he did it right in front of him. He's like, nope. It's like, well, I just showed you why the word.
Well, he did his own research. He doesn't need yours.
And he did his own experiment and didn't turn out the way he thought it was, and it proved the world was round. He's like, interesting. Well, this experiment obviously doesn't work. It's like, you just you saw it with your own eyes.
Why hasn't a flat earther become a pilot so that they can fly to the end over the ice wall? And then they can take a picture, put it on their Instagram reel, and then we can all know the truth.
Because the government will stop them from seeing the edge of the earth, and they'll tell them to turn around.
Not if you
That's
share it
their
immediately.
logic.
Put it on your stories, and then it'll disappear.
Well, then they'll hack into your phone and delete the pictures, and
that's the price you pay for showing people the truth.
I just don't get it. We have hundreds of years of I could be lying, but like decades of proof that the world is round.
I'm sure there's more than that.
Yeah, we have tons and tons of experiments and scientific proof that the world is round.
That's just what those scientists want you to believe, though, man. You don't know who they're being paid by.
I would love to see two flat earthers in a room with Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson and say, this is why the world is flat, and be like, no, this is why the world is round.
I'd be like, how dare you be rude to Bill Nye?
If there's two people in the world, well, three now that he's passed on, that I would ever sat in a room with and don't want to say anything in front of them because I would feel so stupid.
Well, even just saying hi, I'd sound dumb.
Yeah, it would be Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye,
Word,
and Stephen Hawking. Those are the three people that if I've ever have been in a room with them, be like, hi, not say anything. Because I'd just
wave like an idiot.
Yeah, I'd fear that I'd be so dumb to them. Because anytime any of those three people would speak, it's like, wow, you're not from this planet. Because they're just so smart. Like, just look. It's like, you're very smart. Oh my God, I can't comprehend how your brain works because it's just like, wow. What?
I just think it's funny thinking about some of these conspiracy theories.
Maybe we'll make a whole episode about it. Just look at the dumbest conspiracy theories about it. Let's just do that next week. Talk about conspiracy theories.
Let's talk about the Loch Ness Monster, which I hope is real.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Which
Maybe this is the episode where we finally talk about aliens.
I don't know why that's a meme. It's not really a meme. I mean, we kind of did talk about aliens today. They talk in circles.
Yeah.
Visual circles.
Fictional aliens.
You think?
You think.
Maybe that movie was a documentary.
Maybe. Time travel is real. It's just you're not traveling through time, you're perceiving time like we actually are. Anyways, let's go ahead and get out of here.
Oh my God.
Nicki DiMolanta, where can they find you online?
Occasionally I'll say things on Twitter at Dimmy. DIMMMYYY.
As for me, Instagram.
I mean, kind of, but no.
No. Instagram and TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. If you listen to this on audio form, please follow, feed, and rate us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See when we do things on the YouTube.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the RAD Cast. We'll see you guys next time.